I do want to welcome everybody here. I'm Chuck Scott. I'm the Executive Director of the Dickinson County Economic Development Corporation. We're a countywide nonprofit organization that represents our business investors as well as the county and city members that we have in our organization as well. So today I'm joined by several individuals and we'll get to the important people at the very end. But next to my left is Mayor of City of Abilene, Mr. Schaefer, and then Mr. Hammond, who's the county administrator. Each of them will have some remarks here shortly as well. But first of all, I think it's a great day to be in the city of Abilene. One of my roles is to work throughout the county and with each of the cities within the county on their business recruitment efforts. And that's part of why we are here today. So I'm going to keep my remarks very, very short. I'm sure there are some questions at the end if we have time for the individuals that are here. But today, it's a great day to be in Abilene, and I am proud to announce that Bradford Built Incorporated and their owners are here with us, and they will be talking about their business expansion of their business operations that currently are located outside of the county, but they have an interest in moving into Abilene. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about this exciting day and have some remarks for the Bradford individuals from the city of Abilene. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Timothy Schaefer, Mayor of Abilene. On behalf of the city of Abilene, I am pleased to welcome Brad and Donna Portnier and their manufacturing business, Bradford Built Incorporated, to our community. We are excited that you chose Abilene for your expansion. Bradford Built's expansion in Abilene will not only create new jobs in our community, but also build upon Abilene's existing base of community-focused entrepreneurs. Brad and Donna have a strong reputation of supporting their communities, and we appreciate the same enthusiasm they've shown for Abilene. As you can see from the construction equipment around town, Abilene is growing and businesses are choosing to invest in our future as well as their own futures. The city of Abilene is committed to creating an environment that fosters positive economic growth. Thank you for expanding to our five-star community. We wish you many years of continued success.
Thank you, Mayor. And Mr. Hammond, if you've got a few words on behalf of the county.
Certainly. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. It is an exciting day. Today marks a day of a number of firsts in Dickinson County and in Abilene. One first is the fact that we have a new economic development director, Chuck, who has brought his first company under his tenure to the city of Abilene. That's a milestone. This is also a first on behalf of the EDC, the newly formed EDC in Dickinson County, with a company that they can say that they have spawned and brought in and brought to our community. But also for Brad and Donna, on behalf of the county, this is a first that they're turning their business ventures to Dickinson County and Abilene from where they've been, and they've been very successful up in the north tier of our fine state, but we're glad to see them come down into the middle of the state and share their expertise and their business with us. So on behalf of Dickinson County and those of us here, we welcome you and look forward to working with you on your venture and make it a positive and pleasant experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hammond, and I know I'm going to be drowned out by a train here in just a minute. So, all right, it's not going to be too bad. So with that, the main reason we are all here is for the expansion announcement of Bradford Built Incorporated. So I didn't want to take very long. I know some of the other speakers didn't want to take very long. More importantly, we want to welcome the Portniers into our community. So with that, Brad and Donna, I'll let you guys have a few announcements.
Well, That train doesn't bother us at all. Back in the late 70s, I went to work for the Burlington Northern, and Donna and our oldest two girls traveled with us. And when I left the railroad, when the earlier one started school, not hearing a train go by, a coal train every 15 minutes, was a real problem for them. So they didn't know where home was. I was just glad to not be in Wyoming in the wintertime anymore. So, well, this is Donna here. April 19th, or just a few days ago, we celebrated our 38th wedding anniversary. And and I was telling Chuck, I said that on our honeymoon, I was working derailments and making $10 an hour on overtime. There was no way in the world I could be gone from work very long. So we were going to get married and beat it right back to Tobias, Nebraska, where I was on a gang there. And I got feeling so guilty. We came down to Abilene, and we went around Abilene for half a day, and then we headed home. So, but Abilene is always, to me, the center of the world is right here. People die trying to get to the United States. We are right in the middle of it right here. So it's the best place in the world. For us, everything is just going to be great. And seeing everybody show up today and supporting us like this, you don't know how good that feels. It's fantastic. So appreciate it. Well, we've just run out of room in Washington, and Landol's is very successful. Lynn Post and Pipe, Lynn Enterprise, Titan, Travelong, everybody there builds stuff, which is fantastic. But it makes it hard to find people. And so we've been we built onto the building a couple times, and right now in the truck bed business has just been great. We started out building all kinds of things, but truck beds has become our lot in life. And last year was our record year. We built 4,372 of them. So far this year, we're behind 2,000. So business is just booming and just snowballing fast. So we started looking around, trying to find a place, and it just worked out down here. And gosh, we're just right up Highway 15, 1 hour away. So it's going to work really well. But that's why we're expanding down here. Is there's the town is anxious to get industry and anxious to create jobs. And we're going to do our level best to be one of the best employers that we can possibly be, and add to what you've already got going. And it does look good, seeing fresh dirt turned up around town and a new station going in, all kinds of things. Very, very positive. Our current location is going to continue in operation. I've got a lot of people there that over the last, we've been in business 25 years, I guess. I told Chuck it was 20, and he corrected me and said it was 25. So we'll be in February, so we're getting closer. But a lot of these guys, we've been there for when their kids were born, and now their kids are in the military and getting out of the military, and they're all family, every one of them. So it's just, there's no way in the world I would ever pull a plug on anybody like that. So what we're going to do is this is just going to be an expansion, and it's just going to be fantastic. It's going to be set up to build truck beds the way that I wish we had now, but we're so far behind and so swamped that we can't stop for anything. So this is going to really work out. Where we're going to be locating is out here in the industrial area in the northwest side of Topeka, or of Abilene here beside Russell Stover's. And construction could be as soon as approximately 100 days. And the building is going to be 175 by 500. And so we're excited about that because it's considerably larger than what we're ready to do. In fact, the guys were talking we could have combine races in there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but it'll be about 2 acres under roof. And it'll start off with we'll do things sequentially, but what we really lack right now is a good paint facility. We powder coat, and so that facility, that side of the shop will be set up initially, and then we'll truck things, and then as that gets finished and everything is running smooth, then we'll move the next phase in, then the next phase, and over the course of probably 6 months, we'll have it up to a full-blown operation. And then we'll build it up from there. But to get to that over the next 6 months, once the building is up and everything's operational, we'll be looking at 45 to 50 people within the next 6 months. So, and then it'll go from there. When we moved to Washington, Kansas, we had, was it 7 or 8 of us? And now there's 100 of us. So it'll happen. And we'll make sure we take good care of the people, and the people take good care of the town, and the town looks like it's sure trying to take good care of us. And once again, man, I really, really appreciate everybody showing up here to cheer us on. It means the world to us. So if you have any questions, I can answer a little bit.
Yeah, if you got questions for them or any of the rest of us, feel free while we've got some time. We're here
discussions with the Thunderstruck bumper people, collaborating with beds and bumpers?
You know, when Thunderstruck, it's kind of an interesting story, but we were building front end replacements, and we were 2,000 truck beds behind then too. There was a point in time where we were caught up, but people were after us to build front ends, and there was a company had just started up in La Mesa, Texas. What was that guy's name? Was Brian, I think, and it was Thunderstruck front ends, and we were probably 25 to 35% of their business. And one day, the guy that owns Thunderstruck now stopped by and says, "Hey, have you got any front ends that I can put on my service vans?" And I said, "No, but that business is for sale, and we're too far behind to buy it. You should talk to him." And he pulled in a couple weeks later and said he bought it. And he's a forklift repair guy. So I was surprised. So I will be talking to him, because if there's areas where we can overlap and help each other out, I'm all for it. All for it. And they're a nice bunch of guys. We still do quite a little business with them. We have a brewery there in Washington, Kansas, and we deliver a lot of beer down to a couple of our distributors are right down this road. Crown Distributing in Salina, and then another company down in Wichita. And it's a rare thing that we don't put bumpers from Thunderstruck in the back of the beer truck on the way back to Washington. So, pretty versatile beer truck.
What type of jobs?
There will be everything from shipping and receiving and office to welding and powder coating and assembly, just everything. It'll be a duplication of what we have there, only just faster. At this shop, at this facility here in Abilene, when we're done, we should be able to build a truck bed every 5.5 minutes. So that'll help us a lot. We're going to go from 100 a week to 100 a day. So we've been pretty lucky. There's a couple television shows that our truck beds have been on and promoted, and it worked out good. So, but anybody else have a question?
Are you guys moving down here, or are you staying?
You know, this is going to be a fantastic excuse to get our old airplane out, and we'll just fly back and forth. We'll drive most of it all the time, but we'll be able to fly back and forth. It's 55 minutes. We'll spend more time getting it out of the shed and checking the oil than we would driving down here, but it's a great excuse. So, yeah, we're not going to be living here. At least I don't anticipate it right now. But somebody's got to be there to yell at the guys in the other shop. All righty. Well, thank you once again.
I told you all we would keep it short, as I know we've got some people from the city that we've got a meeting at 4 o'clock, and I've got a couple of projects involved in that meeting as well. So keeping it short. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and dismiss people, and you can linger around. If Brad and Donna want to stick around for a little bit, that's fine as well. But at 3:30, we'll clear out of the room so we can get everything cleaned up. So thank you all.